everybody. This is Kevin, your host for Kevin's Korner, Real Estate from a Marketing Perspective, and this is episode number 70, segment number 2. We are back. We just got done talking with Irene, and now we are here with Nita. This is Nita's first time on the podcast. She's a little nervous, so don't freak out.
I won't.
So say hi to everybody, Nita.
Hi, everyone. I'm Nita Chauhan, and I've been a realtor for 20 years, and I'm with ERA Legacy Living here in Riverstone, Missouri City.
Awesome. So I know ERA Legacy Living. Tell everybody a little bit about the brokerage.
Okay, it's a global, international, and national brokerage. We have offices all over the world, literally. Mm-hmm. And so basically my broker has 3 offices in this Houston area. And basically it's they have all the system within the office, all the training, everything that you need is in this office, training is phenomenal.
Do you want to mention the broker's name?
Oh yeah, my broker is Jamila Winsey. She's been a broker for over 20 years. So she's really, really good when it comes to training, when it comes to helping. I can get her anytime 24/7 if I need.
Yeah, and I haven't lately, but I've used to teach her on a regular basis. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So I kind of need to reach out to her. But I know Jamila, and I know several other agents at your brokerage. Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. So let's talk about you.
Okay.
So if you've been an agent for 20 years, what were you doing before you became an agent?
Okay, before I became an agent, I'll go back a bit. I got married very young in London, England, and I had children, so I didn't really work. I did my marketing degree prior to that. You came to USA in 2001, and then from there I was working in a marketing firm. Gradually, I decided after 3-4 years, let me look into real estate. So I got my license, and that's where I started my real estate business in 2003.
Okay. And why did you choose real estate as opposed to something else?
So my very, very first job in London when I was 17, after graduating from a college, I actually got a first job in Causeway Estate offices. It's different in UK than it is here, but it's the same kind of concept. You sell homes and you don't have an individual realtor. You work for an office. But that was my first job, and I was selling high-end homes, and they wanted me to go out and start showing. And so I was there at a very young age as a secretary, and then moved on as a negotiator. They call it the realtor. So basically, from then I thought, oh my God, this is really interesting. But then I got married, and everything else happened in between. So then I came to USA. I was working, and I thought, let me look into how real estate works here. And that's when I got into it, because my passion is people and my passion is homes, real estate. I love it.
So if you've been an agent for 20 years, you've probably seen everything. What kind of agent are you? What's your favorite type of transaction?
Okay, my favorite transactions. I love first-time home buyers. They're so innocent. It's really nice to help them out. But I've actually worked with all kinds of people. I've done commercial, residential, luxury, investment people. I've worked with all walks of life, all kind of people. And I've got about 4,000 people on my CRM, which I actually keep in touch. And they're my friends, a lot of them. And that's how I get a lot of my business from, my past clients.
So she said something, we're not talking about marketing yet, but 4,000 people in your CRM. That's key, folks, okay? Mm-hmm, that gets you residual business over life. Mm-hmm. That's what helps you become an agent for 20 years.
Exactly. Right? You have to keep in touch with your past clients and love them. And
past clients and anybody else that you've come in contact with.
Of course.
Whether they've hired you or not. Because sooner or later, they're going to need something.
And you put them in. I mean, I get leads from all over the place, HAR, Realtor.com. I get leads from everywhere. And I don't even buy leads at the moment, but I get leads from everywhere, which I instantly, after I spoke with them and find out what they want, what their needs are, is it now, is it in 6 months, I put it, boom, in the CRM.
Yeah.
And then keep in touch with the campaigns and all that. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Have you always been with ERA?
No, I started off really. This is a good story. I started off with Prudential Gary Green. They are now Berkshire Hathaway, I think, but they had the best training. The best agents came from the ethical agents. That's what I learned a lot of my a real estate business from. And then after that, I went into Remax, several different offices in Remax. And then I was with Jamila. She was with Remax when I joined Jamila. And then 3 years on, she decided to move her whole office to ERA. So I stayed with her because she's such a good broker.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And so I'm sure you'll help anybody with real estate anywhere all over the city of Houston, but what part of the city of Houston and the surrounding area do you concentrate on?
Okay, I usually concentrate on southeast, southwest, west, Heights, downtown, those kind of areas. I have sold in Baytown and Woodlands. Actually, I have a contract just today in Willis, and I sold one in Porter too, new build. But so basically that's what I do. I do all over Houston, like you said, but these are my areas: Richmond, Katy, Sugarland, those areas. Mm-hmm.
So there's not really anywhere of the city of Houston that you won't go to.
I even sold in Dallas. Because we can do that now. No, I actually have. My son's actually buying home there too. So yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right. So let's get into a little bit about some marketing stuff. So over 20 years, you mentioned the CRM, and you've made all kinds of relationships. What are you doing, or what have you done up until this point to generate leads and market your business?
Okay, I have in the past used bought leads. I have done that with some companies, which I got a lot of clients out of. Prudential initially had this lead system that we used to get leads from. Jamila has leads that she provides. Usually, I love people. I love talking to people. So anywhere I go, and I just start talking about real estate. Even my hairdresser, even the nail place, and I have my cards ready, and that's how I make a lot of people. My nail salon, I got a client who was an investor, so there's a lot of ways I do marketing, networking, at the moment, investors galore. I mean, there's investors all over the place. So when you go to this marketing, these wholesale marketing, networking events, you see so many investors that are looking for this. So I've been working with that too, off-market properties, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the one thing that she's talking about and is consistent with, and also Irene from earlier in the podcast is consistent with, is meeting people, getting out there, meeting people. People ask me all the time, do you have a business card? Well, of course I have a business card. If you don't have a business card, then you're not a marketing
What are you
person.
doing? Yeah.
Exactly, if you're not ready. So you got to get out there. There's lots of ways. What else do you do?
Okay, my logo is NIta, the People's Realtor. I love people and I love talking. And like Irene said earlier, the key is you got to listen. You have to listen to your client's needs. And I have this knack, I don't know if it's something gifted, but when somebody tells me they're looking for this kind of property, I instantly know what they're looking for. And then I'm always right, So when we go out, they say, okay, this is it, so I get offers quite quickly. We don't have to show more. I usually show no more than 4 properties. When people say they're showing 20 and 15, I don't understand that. I only show no more than 4 properties, and that's it.
Well, maybe you're better at making sure you show them what they really want.
Exactly. I have that gift, I think, because I know what they're looking for instantly, like they say this, and I know what you're looking for, yeah.
So what is your opinion? We talked to Irene about this. What is your opinion about the market that we're in today?
We always have a 7-year cycle, 7 to 8 year cycle, where it goes up and down, up and down. That's always been the way. Since this new buyers paying their own commission, agents' commission and sellers, this new law came out, people were hesitant. A lot of realtors were leaving, but you know what? It's a good thing. I feel personally it's going to be an excellent thing. It's going to be so phenomenal because now we won't have that issue about, buyers wanting commission back and whatever, So we're going to have a signed contract, a signed agreement prior. So this is going to be ace. You don't have to waste time with any buyers, etc. You just instantly do this. I think that's a plus, what just happened. And then, of course, the interest rates, like earlier they said that the election year, it has been slow for me. And a lot of people, it's been slow for the up to about a month ago.
Slow for everybody, not just you and me.
Yeah, up to a month ago. But listen, I've actually got busy now.
Yeah.
I've got 4 listings I've got.
To sell?
To sell. 4 listings. I
can't wait because I got a lot of business coming.
You have. You sure have. This guy has been phenomenal. He's helped me with things that I needed, and all these years I didn't do, which he's helped me with. And it's like the Google, ads and so many other things he's helped me with. First podcast, he's got me confident enough to do.
9 minutes and 52 seconds ago, I thought she was going to pass out, but look at her.
I'm confident
She's
now.
doing fine.
I love
She's doing
talking.
fine.
I love it. Thank you. Kevin, you've been so good.
You got to get out of your shell.
You got to. And videos, yes, there's a lot of video marketing. Now my broker is saying when you text people, video people. So that's the next thing I'm getting onto. Social media, after you and that class, I've been doing it not 3 times, not 30 times, not 3 times, but like I've been doing it at least once. So, I mean, at least 5 or 10 times.
Irene's smiling.
I know, at least 5 or 10 times a week. I'm trying to get the video texts done now, working with that. This is all we have to do now, social media. That's the way the life is going. So for realtors, so.
Leads don't fall in your lap anymore. You have to work for them.
Exactly.
You have to go after
Exactly.
them. And you have to get yourself out there. What I might suggest too is when you text a video, the other thing you can do when you email a video, not text.
That's another thing, email. Oh, wow. Okay.
So when you want to introduce yourself to somebody and you want to send them an email, send them an email, but the email's got a video on it. It's you introducing yourself to them.
Perfect. See, another idea you gave me.
People do business with the people they know, like, and trust.
Exactly.
They can't see you or hear you when they're reading an email.
Exactly.
So put it in format of a video.
That's perfect. That's perfect. This is a relationship business. We're not selling any product. We're selling ourselves as a realtor. And so it's a relationship. They build a relationship and then they're friends. They become our friends, and then, they tell us everything. So it's a beautiful business. I've loved it. Even in the slow times, even in the busy times, I've loved it.
If you conduct your business right and you get people to know, like, and trust you, one person over your lifetime turns into more than one transaction.
Very true.
So
very true.
A lot of people are in business and they sell somebody something and then they never see them again. But if you do it right in real estate, you'll see this person 2, maybe 3 or 4 times over their life.
You're right.
And what happens when you create that relationship and they have kids? Now the kids need to buy.
Absolutely.
So it just kind of
absolutely
it just blossoms into this big network of clients.
Exactly. It is, real estate is a business where it's 80-20 rule. Either you work or you don't.
Yeah.
And when I first was in class doing this business, my real estate class in the very beginning, one of the teachers said to us, you will never go hungry because there'll be parties and food everywhere, but you will go hungry of business. Yeah. It's up to you how you take, how you work it. If you work it, business is there. If you don't work it, you're sitting at home twiddling your thumbs.
There are agents out there that I know that have been agents just as long as you have, and they're very happy with 2-3 contracts a year because all they do is wait for the phone to ring.
Exactly.
And if that's you, knock yourself out.
No.
I'm not knocking it all.
No.
But if you want more than that, you have to get out there.
You have to get out there.
Yourself.
You have to market, and you have to. Jamila drilled it in me. Use your CRM. Use your past people, your present, whatever. Just keep working on it, which I started, and I tell you, every time I work on that CRM, and I'm not 100% yet, but I'm getting there. It's supposed to be like 50 a day, but I'm getting there. But every time I work, I get 2 or 3 people out of it. It's like, what? Yeah.
Well, why is it that you get 2 or 3 people that are in your database that you haven't heard from for 6 months, 2 years, 10 years? Why is it that you get those leads later? The answer is because in y'all's business, over 85% of the people you meet in your business every day, they don't need you the day you meet them.
Exactly.
They need you later when something in their life changes.
Exactly.
And when your conversation's over, if they never hear from you again, they're not going to call you when they need real estate because they don't remember your.
Correct.
And so it's your responsibility to remind them that you're available, not their responsibility.
It's happened to me. It's happened to me.
Yeah,
it's happened to me. If I don't keep in touch, like I had a mishap, my husband passed away, and then I've been going back to my CRM after quite a few years. And they remember me, but they said, Nita, we bought, what happened? And I have to tell them, that this happened to me. My husband passed away and I haven't been working on it. And they still remember, but they've all gone. They've all bought. But you know what? The good news is they remember me and they say, oh, my son's coming out of the army. My daughter, my friend, So they remember you and they know how I was. They love me, You have to.
So as we wrap up the segment number 2 in the podcast today, why don't you tell everybody how to get a hold of you?
Okay, I am actually international too. I'm unique. I speak Gujarati, Hindi, Punjabi, and English.
We don't have that kind of time. But go ahead and do. You want to do one?
Yeah.
Tell
No.
everyone-
I'll just do it in English.
No. Go ahead if you want to do one of them.
Okay, મારું નામ છે નીતા ચૌહાણ ને હું છે ને રિયોટર બની છે અહીંયા 20 વર્ષથી. અહીંયા હ્યુસ્ટનમાં હું બધું કામ કરું છું ઓલ ઓવર હ્યુસ્ટન ને મારો નંબર છે 832-368-1849. ઓરિજિનેટ હું ઇંગ્લેન્ડથી છે પણ હું ગુજરાતી છે અને મને હિન્દી પંજાબી મને આવડે છે. સો એની ક્લાયન્ટ્સ તમારા ગુજરાતીમાં બોલતા ઇંગ્લિશમાં નહોતું આવડતું બોલતા તો હું એ લોકોને ગુજરાતીમાં બધું સમજાવીશ. ઓકે, થેન્ક યુ.
My podcast just went international. Now tell everybody the same thing. But
Okay,
do it in
my
English.
my name is NIta Chauhan. I've been with our realtor for 20 years, and I'm with ERA Legacy Living. And to get hold of me, you can go on nitarealtor.com, my website, nitarealtor.com, or 832-368-1849. 832-368-1849. Thank you.
So there you have it, guys. I mean, what other podcast are you going to have someone that speaks it fluent Spanish that doesn't look like it, and someone that speaks what language is that?
Gujarati, Indian.
Indian. Okay. Nowhere else are you going to see that. So, thank you very much for being on the podcast.
Thank
for
you.
the very first time.
Thank you,
All
darling.
right.
That was very
I have a
pleasurable.
feeling you're going to be back too.
I am. I'm
she
getting
might even
confident.
she might even create her own podcast.
I might. Yeah.
So this has been episode number 70. I appreciate you guys watching. Thank you to Irene and thank you for Nita for being guests. And like I always say, I couldn't do this podcast. I said at the beginning, Jennifer Smitis, Caitlin Cornick, Devin, and Kate Cannon, and all of our support staff, the funders, the assistants, front-end managers, couldn't do the podcast if it wasn't for you guys. And if you are a real estate agent in the area and you are needing title services and you're not using Stewart Title, shame on you.
Kevin's the guy.
All right? I will find you. Until next week, you guys have a great weekend. We'll see you later. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye. Thank you.
Good job.